AI tools are powerful, but only if you know how to communicate with them. That's where prompt engineering comes in. Prompt engineering involves crafting effective inputs, or prompts, for AI models to generate the desired output. The better your prompt, the better the AI's response. This skill is especially crucial when working with large language models like ChatGPT, where even slight changes in your input can lead to drastically different results. There are many different types of prompts, such as hard prompts, soft prompts, meta prompts, and task-specific prompts, and many more. In this video, we'll go through examples of some of these prompts and review different ways of deploying them. Let's first start by taking a look at the difference between hard and soft prompts. Hard prompts are explicit human-written text prompts given to an AI model to elicit a specific response or behavior. These are written in natural language that humans can understand and evaluate. We will be focusing on the linguistic elements and components that make up these hard prompts today. Soft prompts, on the other hand, are not human-readable text but vectors embedded in the latent space of the model, guiding the model's behavior indirectly. For context, vectors are numerical instructions of unstructured data that work behind the scenes. For a breakdown of unstructured versus structured data, check out last week's video, Intro to AI Basics. Now let's take a look at the components that make up an effective prompt. As each tool has their own strengths and limitations, the following components can be used interchangeably, and users should practice flexibility and creativity when working with the different types of AI tools. Here's a breakdown of the various components that make up an effective prompt. We help the model define the action and the subject matter. We also set the tone and provide context and purpose. The model is also instructed on the desired output type and any limitations. And depending on the scenario, we may provide additional examples and references. Now let's zoom in on each component together. First, we define the action using action verbs. These are meant to clearly describe the action you want the AI to perform. Let's look at some examples of these action words. Using the word summarize asks the AI to provide a brief version of a longer text, while using the word generate requests the creation of new content, such as a story or an idea. Lastly, the verb explain instructs the AI to clarify a concept or idea. Action verbs are crucial because they establish the task the AI should perform, setting the foundation for the prompt. Next, we have subject matter. Here we use descriptive nouns to specify the subject matter, whether it's a person, place, or thing. This provides context and focus to the AI model. For instance, adding the word marketing in front of strategy adds clarity about the context. Or specifying AI-driven when asking for solutions allows the model to focus on those related to AI. Adding the noun user ensures that the AI knows exactly which responses it should focus on. Third, we set the tone. We use adjectives and adverbs to refine the nouns and verbs that we previously talked about. This adds depth and context to the prompt. For adjectives, we use examples like detailed and creative to explain how we want the AI model to approach the task. And for adverbs, we have words like thoroughly and quickly. These modifiers help the AI understand the tone, depth, and nature of the response you're seeking. Next, let's talk about contextual information. Providing context helps the AI understand the background or purpose of the task, leading to more accurate and relevant responses. Stating the end goal or purpose ensures the AI understands the overarching objective of the task. For example, beginner audience advises the AI to keep things simple, whereas recent data instructs the AI to base its response on the real-time information. Assuming the reader has no prior knowledge ensures the AI explains concepts from the ground up. Next, we have constraints or limitations. These guide the AI by setting boundaries, ensuring it stays within desired parameters. For instance, avoid using technical jargon instructs the AI to keep the language simple. And providing the ideal word count helps define length of results. Moving on to desired output type. Defining the type of output clarifies what the AI should produce, whether it's text, a list, a table, or another format. You can also provide specific instructions here to define length and style of the output. For example, short story specifies that the output should be narrative. Provide a list of options instructs the AI on how to format the output. Knowing the desired output type helps the AI tailor its response to the format you need, increasing the usability of the result. In addition, providing extra examples or references gives the AI a benchmark to follow, improving the accuracy and relevance of its response. We'll take a look at this in a technique called few-shot learning in the next part of this video. Let's wrap up this section with an example of an effective prompt. Summarize the key points of this article in 150 words or less, in bullet points, and with a focus on actionable insights for marketing professionals. This example provides the AI model with clear direction on action, subject matter, output, purpose, and tone. By incorporating the components we discussed into your prompt, you guide the AI more effectively, leading to outputs that are precise, relevant, and aligned with your expectations. If you're enjoying this video so far, don't forget to like and subscribe for weekly AI content. Now that you know how to expertly craft a prompt, let's explore some of techniques that will help frame your prompt. As we go through these, we will put what we just learned about effective prompt engineering into practice. Retrieval Augmented Generation, or RAG, is a popular framework that combines retrieval methods with generative models. This method grounds the pre-trained model in content, context, and facts. By first retrieving external relevant information from a connected database and then integrating it into the LLM's query input, RAG facilitates more accurate results. Let's say you're trying to generate a marketing email. Instead of relying solely on a language model, RAG pulls in relevant documents or past emails to create a more contextually accurate output. Using ChatGPT-4 with RAG, the outcome would be a well-rounded email campaign with relevant context pulled from past campaigns. Using the RAG method reduces hallucinations or factually inaccurate results, which we will discuss later. This makes it excellent for environments where you need precision and relevance, like legal or financial document drafting. Chain of thought allows the model to break down a complex task into simpler, step-by-step subtasks. Let's look at this chain of thought example. A basic prompt might be, what is 13 times 14? Whereas, a chain of thought prompt might be, first, multiply 10 by 14, then, multiply 3 by 14. Finally, add the two results together to find the answer. This instructs the AI model to follow the provided logical sequencing when arriving to its conclusion. It's particularly useful in industries like engineering or software development. Let's review an example where we would use OpenAI's coding tool with a chain of thought prompting framework. Here, an ineffective prompt would be, generate a Python function. On the contrary, an effective version of the same prompt would be, generate a Python function that sorts a list of tuples by the second element. Include error handling. With Codex and COT, this would yield efficient, error-free code that meets the specified requirements. With few-shot learning, you provide the model with a few examples of input-output pairs directly in the prompt. Let's take a look at a scenario using few-shot learning. Here, we want to translate the sentence, "Where is the train station?" from English to French. Entering specific examples in the input prompt allows the AI model to use these examples to infer the pattern, and then generate the appropriate output that follows the same pattern. This technique is excellent for creative fields like content writing or design, where you need the AI to follow a specific style. Zero-shot learning is when the model is asked to perform a task without being given any prior examples or specific task-related instructions in the prompt. Instead, the model relies entirely on its pre-existing knowledge from its training data to understand and perform the task. Using our same translation example. Here we see how we would have entered the same prompt in a zero-shot learning style. Zero-shot learning is particularly useful in dynamic environments where you need quick responses, like customer service. This technique is more efficient and flexible than few-shot learning, as it doesn't set any conditions. However, results may be less accurate or relevant. As we talked about in the previous video, while the potential of LLMs and AI tools is vast, it's important to acknowledge their current limitations and ethical challenges that come with their use. Understanding these limitations is crucial, particularly as businesses, professionals, and creatives increasingly rely on AI-driven solutions. Let's briefly recap the technical limitations of LLMs. LLMs struggle with tasks that require precise calculations or analysis of structured data, like tabular data. Instead, they work best with unstructured data, such as audio, images, and text. LLMs can generate text that seems coherent and accurate, but they lack true understanding, interpretability, and contextual awareness. This often leads to a phenomenon known as hallucinations, where the AI generates information that is factually incorrect or misleading. These hallucinations can occur because LLMs are trained to predict the next word in a sequence based on patterns, not on verified knowledge. This makes them prone to generating plausible-sounding but inaccurate content, which can be problematic in fields where precision is critical, such as healthcare, legal, or financial services. Moreover, the sheer size of these models often means they are opaque, making it difficult to understand how these large models arrive at specific conclusions or outputs. This lack of transparency can lead to trust issues, especially in scenarios where accountability and explainability are paramount. Beyond technical limitations, there are ethical concerns, particularly around the issues of ownership and originality. AI tools, especially those used in generative art or content creation, often train on vast datasets scraped from the internet, which may include copyrighted material. For example, platforms like Stable Diffusion or Midjourney can generate images based on user prompts, but they do so by drawing on a dataset that may include millions of images from the web, including those created by artists who have not given explicit consent for their work to be used in this way. There's also a growing concern that AI tools might flood the market with derivative works that devalue the original creations. As a result, some artists are calling for stricter regulations and clearer guidelines on how AI models should be trained and used to ensure that creators are compensated fairly for their contributions. Moreover, businesses and individuals using these AI tools need to be aware of these ethical concerns and take steps to ensure that their use of AI-generated content does not infringe on others' intellectual property rights. This includes verifying the sources of the datasets being used by AI tools and considering the potential legal implications of deploying AI-generated content in commercial contexts. Stay tuned as we will be doing a separate video reviewing some of the most popular generative AI art tools and stylistic prompts that can generate exciting creations. To summarize today's video, we covered the various components that make up an effective prompt, reviewed several useful methods that set out the framework for your prompt, and reviewed additional considerations like technical and ethical challenges. We hope you enjoyed this prompt engineering workshop. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more weekly videos on AI topics. Check us out on Instagram for more AI content. I hope you've enjoyed learning together in this video, and I'll see you in the next one.